I'd like to begin with a pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. The school board meeting will proceed in accordance with school board policy. We had the Pledge of Allegiance. Public comments on the one that you know?
We have Mrs. Mary Frank has indicated that she would like to make a public comment on the beginning of the school year. I'm sorry, you're usually on this side.
Yeah, I'm sure we're on the agenda.
Is that a specific agenda item?
So we are giving a presentation, kind of like what we did throughout the summer. So it may be appropriate if you do it at the beginning of the meeting instead at the very end.
Whenever you want to do it, just, raise your hand and we'll let you do it, okay? We trust you. What's that? Yep. Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Chrisman. Mr. Fedorcha.
Here.
Ms. Franz. Ms. Husak. Present. Mr. Van Norman.
Present.
Ms. Cope.
Here.
Ms. Snyder.
Here.
Ms. Williams.
Here.
Mr. Green.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Okay, you've all received copies of the school board meetings on the various dates. There a motion to approve those minutes, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or discussion? Additions? None? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Or opposed, no? And so ordered. Special board meetings. Ms. Husak.
Sure, thank you. We did have our July CLIU board meeting. Couple quick tidbits to talk about. We did approve our 2025-2026 organizational goals relative to collaboration, communication, and service quality. Those are posted on our website. They have been presented to the superintendents as well for review. A lot of collaboration is what's involved with our organizational goals this year. So I would say take a look at what's posted out on the website. You're welcome to go look at those. There's also a new video that's posted. It was for Kid Executive Day. Anna Mendez was our student leader at the time and did a fantastic video, had a great time introducing the theme that every child is a masterpiece. Many different ways that children can kind of go to market when we think about it in that way, and they do different things, and she brought such a great light to it. It is again on the website. Please feel free to go watch it. It is fantastic. She did ask for a Porsche, so I don't know, we'll try to get that in the IU budget. I'm not sure it's going to make it, but it was fantastic. She did a wonderful job. So again, every child is a masterpiece was the message behind that video. And then as a cabinet member, we did hire a new transportation director, Lucia Malay O'Brien. So we welcome her to the organization. So when our staff reaches out, she is the new transportation director. We do have a meeting in August. So we'll see what comes from that. Thank you, Mr. Green.
Thank you, Ms. Husak. Mr. Fedorcha.
We did not have a July meeting as usual, so there is no report for July.
Thank you very much. Anything from the legislator?
No, nothing to report. We still don't have a budget passed.
Thank you. Just a couple quick items at LTRC. Attendance still remains down, both in numbers and in credit hours. On the other hand, we look like we'll finish our year in an okay position. We're obviously looking for the governor and our legislators to come up with some money, because if they don't, you started digging that reserve, just the school district will have to do. So if you see them, please encourage them, not only for the community college, but for all the school district to try and get their act together and get something done. So, and that's all I have. You got a bunch of committee reports there. And then we'll move to the select board report.
All right, just very briefly, on July 29th, the U.S. Department of Justice released guidelines for recipients of federal funding regarding unlawful discrimination. The guidance provides a non-exhaustive list of practices that would violate the civil rights laws, including Title VI and VII of the Civil Rights Act, Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972, and the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Two of the examples that are cited in the guidelines I think are particularly applicable to school districts. One would be training programs that promote discrimination or hostile environments, including requiring teachers to complete a DEI training or grant preferential treatment based on protected characteristics such as race-based scholarships. So doing those two items in a school district could result in revocation of federal funding and or liability for discrimination under the new interpretation. Questions?
Any questions?
Okay,
If not, thank you very much.
you're welcome.
We're now going to item G, Dr. Stelter.
Thank you, Mr. Green. This evening, our administrative team has a summer highlights report by department. So each of our administrators will share some of the work that we did to finish up the 24-25 school year, moving into the summer, and then how we're preparing for the 25-26 start. Dr. Link is kicking it off.
All right, thank you, Dr. Stoker. Had a very busy summer in all of our departments here in Northern Lehigh School District and what we do to kind of wrap up last year and then also prepare for the kickoff of this current school year. Today is actually one of my top 4 favorite days in being an educational leader, and that is when we welcome all the new staff, the new faculty to join us here at Northern Lehigh School District as they begin their journey here with us. Some of the other favorite days are, of course, commencement, welcoming back all of our staff, and then also welcoming our students on the first day of school. This morning was one of those ones where, I've done this now several times here at Northern Lehigh School District. I still get very excited. I still wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I still have a little bit of nervousness because I want the day to go very well for these people when they are joining us and starting their journey here at Northern Lehigh School District. And I share with them it's okay to be excited, it's okay to be nervous, that's normal, and I'm very confident they're all going to do great things here as part of our faculty. Recently, we welcomed our new school board member, Mr. Ryan Van Norman. Welcome, and it's nice to see you seated at the table here for your first school board meeting. We also went through the process this year of hiring a new elementary assistant principal, I should say this summer, who we'll introduce to everyone a short bit later. But that is one of those processes where we really, really want to make sure that we get the best person to come in here and join our leadership team, and I'm very confident that that will happen moving into this school year. Spent a lot of time this summer, and Mr. Green kind of just touched on this a little bit with the need for our state legislators and the governor to pass a state budget because that directly impacts public education here. I have spent a lot of time this summer meeting with, talking with, writing to, emailing legislators from both parties and in both chambers and the governor's office directly. Spent some days in Harrisburg advocating for not only them to pass the budget, but to also include with that or through legislative mechanisms reform for cyber charter school funding. This is mission critical to the work that we're trying to do, and we've put a lot of time into that this summer. My colleagues here in the room, other administrators, have also been doing that on behalf of the school district, as well as many school board members, urging them to pass reform to the cyber charter school funding. If we were to do that, if they were to cap it at the $8,000 recommended by the governor, $8,000 tuition cap for students without disabilities attending cyber charter schools, that would save us about at least $300,000 a year. For a school district like us, that's a game changer. That's a game changer. For many school districts, that's a game changer. So I encourage you all to continue to advocate for that. We will continue to do that as your Northern Lehigh representatives. Also this summer, I had the privilege and the honor of sharing a lot of the stories of how we build employee pathways here for our employees, whether it's support staff people progressing into supervisory roles, or even onto our faculty here, or for our faculty progressing into coaching roles or leadership type roles. And we're very proud of that. And we got to share some of that. And some of those people actually welcomed in our new teachers this morning. Everything from an intern that's now leading our food services department, to a school electrician that's leading our director, leading our maintenance and custodial programs, to a graduate that became an assistant principal that is that is now a principal. And as many of you are aware, Mr. Hauser will be moving on from Northern Lehigh School District. And I would like to think that the place that he's going to is going to be, well, I know it is, it's going to be so much more better off. And we are very fortunate for the time that we had with him here. And I'm very, very happy for him and his family. And Dave, I wish you nothing but the greatest of success professionally and personally in your new endeavors. And we're always here if you need to talk through something. Or just say hi. So we've been doing a lot of celebrating, a lot of advocacy, and a lot of work to prepare for the new school district. And I'm very happy with how it's going. That being said, I will turn it back over to Dr. Stoker.
Thank you. Some of the things that have been going on in my department, online kindergarten registration. So Mrs. Farber is our district-wide registrar. We have transitioned to online registration 1st grade through 12th grade, and then this summer we worked on, this spring into the summer, transitioning our kindergarten to online registration as well. So we worked with the team over at Peters, we worked with Mrs. Farber, and made sure that that process was as smooth as we could get it to be for our youngest learners coming into kindergarten for this year. This year we actually kicked off our first EF tour. You'll see pictures of that over on the right-hand side. We had a group of students led by Miss Dunham, one of our teacher leaders, and Miss Merkel went to the national parks with a group of students. This was our first domestic trip, first trip ever that we had from Northern Lehigh, so very excited about that. The students and teacher leaders had a really good time. The next one is Summer Admin Collaboration Days. We, as a group, come together in the summer for about 3 days spread throughout the summer to work on different projects that we have as a team. We dedicate 3 full days to doing that. This year we had the Principals Association come in and work with us as a full group. We looked at various topics of interest for our entire team, getting ready, moving into the upcoming school year. As Dr. Link said, this is New Educator Week. We kicked off today with orientation. We will have CLIU 21. We're actually hosting them in several districts again this year, our second year at the high school. Year 1 induction will be Tuesday and Wednesday, and then any of the teachers who are in their second year of induction, which is a new practice in Pennsylvania, will have that day on Thursday. So the IU will be hosting those new teachers at the high school over the next 3 days. We will also have teachers who have already been through induction, working in their classrooms, doing professional development, time with helping teachers, all sorts of different activities that they'll be working on as well. Then next week we kick off our in-service with some days of in-service coming up for 3 days next week. And then our students return the last week of the month on that Monday. We were also able to hire some ESL staff coming from the summer into next school year. So we actually just did that pretty last minute, hired someone and they accepted over this weekend. So you'll see that hire on the agenda for this evening as well. As you know, we completed our comprehensive planning process in the spring of this past year. So that began July 1st, our new comprehensive plan for the next 3 years. Some of those sub-plans are for 6 years, but with the changes at the state level and the national level, we've been having to update that more frequently. So probably about 3 years that it'll contain new information. Always following the comprehensive plan is then the comprehensive guidance plan process. So we'll be going through that process this year and then submitting that for March of 2026. So those are some of the activities that are happening in the department. I really want to thank Mrs. Steckel, my secretary. She is invaluable behind the scenes doing a lot of this work as well. Business and HR, Mrs. Muller-Torres.
So we started the summer working on our new workers' compensation provider. I was able to go out for bid, and we secured a new provider with a substantial cost savings to the district. And through that process, we have had at least 3 virtual meetings. One of them we did pull in our HR generalist, who will be in charge of filing those claims online. And we pulled in Mr. Mann, who is the lead for our safety committee meetings. So through that process, they talked to him about creating checkoff lists for training people to when they're using the maintenance equipment, and making sure that they're being trained appropriately, and that we cannot be in harm's way for not having provided the training needing. So it's really a good process with this new company. The company is called Mimic, and they are actually out of Maine, but very, very promising. So I'm hoping to have a couple of years that we're going to be in a good relationship with them, and be able to save the district lots of money. So I was very happy to secure that this summer. I always get the question every year, do you work in the summer? Yes, the summer is our busiest time of year. We do nothing but process POs so that we can get those orders out and those supplies in for our teaching staff and everybody to return. So my business office is very busy processing those payments, because obviously they need to be paid, and processing all the supplies coming in with the help of the maintenance department and our warehouse provider, who checks all that inventory in and verifies to us that they've received everything. So it's a lot of work that goes on that side of things. And then the other side of the house, which is human resources, obviously we've been very busy, if you've looked at tonight's agenda, hiring staff. But again, that's not done in silo. I don't do this alone. There is a team of us that get together and hire everybody across the district. Being paras, we have certain people that do paras, we have certain people that do administrative people, and then of course our teaching staff. So if I'm available to sit in, I sit in on them. Dr. Stoker sits in on a lot of them, as well as all of our other administrative staff. So very busy time of the year. We have done I think, pretty remarkable job of hiring all the positions that we've had open this summer to start the year. So we have one more to secure. We're hoping to do that soon, and we'll be off to a great start.
Thank you. Chief Jones.
Evening, everybody. I promise to be brief. So what are some things that the PD had worked on over the summer? We started off with some Active 55 in-person training for those employees that find it especially hard to get to the trainings later on in the year. We did a special summer session for them, so they can be certified in their F55 stuff. Officer Nicosia, he put himself through the basic tactical medical instructor training program. It was a free course offered by the Lehigh County Emergency Management. That's him in the upper right-hand corner there, receiving some much-needed care. But props to him, because he did this on his own. He seeked out training over the summer hours so that he could bring it back here for us. I myself went to the Nazareth Advanced School Resource Officer course. That was also hosted by Lehigh County Emergency Management. It was held in the Allentown Fire Academy. It was attended by about 25 people, mostly from the area, but we had some as far away as Colorado and New Mexico. So they came in here just for that. Next was a year to redo the MOUs with our local police agencies. So they were completed and signed off on by the end of July by both Slayton Police Department and the State Police Department for Peters Elementary. And finally, down here in the left is the new office here at Slayton Elementary. With the new hire of our assistant principal coming in, it was determined that office spaces needed to be changed about, and the space I was in for the 24-25 school year could be better utilized this year or something else. So I moved on over to a different space. I want to thank Chris Mann and his summer work team for furniture moving, for redoing and waxing floors, painting walls. They did a fantastic job prepping both spaces for the new roles. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. Special education, Mrs. Dada.
Good evening, everyone. So this year we had, as usual, our extended school year. That is about 12 days for our students to all come in and work on all their goals so that they don't have a lapse and regress too much. We also, I'm excited, I don't know much about bocce ball, but I'm going to learn. We're going to do the unified bocce ball with our students, and it is a collaborative between the regular ed students and the special education students getting together and having actual bocce ball competition. So I'm thoroughly excited about that. I am truly grateful to our board to recognize that our students, it's important for our students to be here at Northern Lehigh. And that leads to having the continuum of the emotional support classroom at Slayton Elementary and also to the life skills classroom at the middle school. So I do greatly appreciate that support from all of you.
Mr. Pine, Ed Tech CNI.
Good evening, everyone from the school board. First, I want to thank Ms. Dada because I was experiencing so much anxiety over here, wondering whether or not I should sit, stand, come up to the podium. She set the stage, I'm at the podium. So, in Ed Tech CNI, so first, I want to just remind everyone that we have a new tech integration specialist with Ms. Amanda Bariana, filling in or taking the place of Ms. Blaisha Dunham. So we're very excited to have her. I know the board knows her from the work that we've done so far with the math adoption. She's very capable, and I'm very excited to work with her. Next, we have planned out the final phase of the math program selection process, and we are looking to do field testing through probably the second half of the fall, so that mid-year we'll be able to come up with a solid selection. I think that we're very well on our way. I think there's a lot of energy and enthusiasm among our teachers for the programs that we're looking at. Also updating curriculum documentation for the encore subjects. That's actually still in process. I'm still working on that over the next 2 weeks in order to make sure that those documents they created last year in our last phase of the curriculum cycle look as good as the other ones, and that we're able to get those into those sort of sheets where everything's well organized and easily accessible. Also over the summer, I completed a revision that some meetings started with in the spring in terms of the Bulldog Academy Handbook and Procedures. I know I've shared that with the school board. We talked about that last week. It's on tonight's agenda for approval that I think are going to be really helpful in terms of our onboarding of students, our determination that we need to start talking to students about coming back into the brick and mortar classroom if they're not being successful, and then a complete set of supports in between. I also presented along with Ms. Dunham as one of her final acts here as a representative of the Northern Lehigh School District at the ASCD conference in San Antonio. It is one of the largest educational conferences in the country, and so it was really exciting to be down in San Antonio mingling with other school districts and leaders who are very much looking at, and I'll set the stage for this. ASCD and NSD used to be two separate organizations, one focused on curriculum and supervision and development, and the other one focused on technology. And I think much like the position I serve, the combination of the two now is a recognition of how integrated those two things need to be effective. And then I spent probably way too much personal time as well as work time working on developing AI tools to support administration and faculty, largely within School AI because that's the provider that we currently use. And I'm really excited to release those because I think they're going to be huge time savers for our teachers and our administration. And I think as I'm presenting about on Thursday at EdCom, I think that they're going to do great things for relationships, actually, counter to the common conceptions about AI taking people out of the loop. I think that they could do great things to improve those connections between people in the loop. And that's it for EdTech.
Thank you. Technology Department, Mr. Hill.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Some of the key highlights that we did with the technology department this summer. First thing was our new endpoint protection rollout for device security. In addition to that, we also had a few training sessions for our IT staff on that new endpoint protection software. Another big project this year was upgrading all of our Windows 10 devices to Windows 11. That includes staff, and also we do have some student Windows 10 devices as well. In addition to that, we did server operating system updates. We updated most of our servers throughout the summer, trying to have as minimal downtime as possible during that. And we received new Chromebooks. We have 2 grades that received new Chromebooks, kindergarten and 5th grade. So that process includes unboxing. We have to asset tag them, inventory. Then we have to enroll them in our domain to get all the apps installed. And then finally, the last part of the process is we check out all those devices to students. And then we also updated all the existing Chromebooks. And I want to echo what Mrs. Molitora said. The IT staff, one of our busiest times is actually summertime. We have a small staff, and our staff actually touches probably close to 2,000 devices in some way throughout the summer, and upgrades, checking in, checking out. So they really do a lot of work, and thankfully we have a fantastic staff to get all that done. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Food service, Mrs.
Looks
Fink.
like it's me. Good evening. So for food service, the first portion of the summer for me is completing applications for the different programs that we run. So first being our summer program. I know we didn't have a full open site this year like we did in years past, but we did do a summer feeding program that allowed us to feed the STEAM camp this summer as well as our ESY students. So I brought staff in for those weeks that those camps were running. And then, you know, a lot of what I do over the summer with the help of Jamie in the business office, she's been helping me a lot with a lot of data entry, and anytime we switch vendors for, you know, our grocery, our milk, our bread, whatever vendor we're using, we have to update all that into our POS system. So just a lot of like data entry with ingredients, recipes, nutrition information, allergies, things like that. Menu creation is a process, so I try to, you know, plan my whole year out in one shot for both our breakfast program, our lunch program, and also our Shine programs that we run. A lot of training takes place for myself, so I utilize this time to take the extra continuing ed. I bring in our head cooks because they need extra training as well over the summer, so they get an extra day or two over the summer to come in and just strictly focus on training. And then we always have the rest of our staff come in one day the week prior to us kicking off the new school year, open kitchens up, again, utilize that time for training. And then, you know, just prepping for the first day back of school, getting our beginning of the year packets together for the students, any IDs that need to be issued out, you know, for when they come through the line, and to make that process smooth for them when they're checking out with us. Just a lot of updating of, again, policies, procedures, handbooks, such as that. So a lot of busy work behind the computer for me over the summer. So, but yeah, and just planning our different meal service styles as well. If we change, again, lunch and learn, you know, last summer was a big one, focusing a lot of time there. So if there's any schools that are changing how we want to, you know, serve the students, grab and go, breakfast in the classroom, all the sorts of ways that we serve the students to make it more convenient for everybody's schedules, we try to iron out all those logistics over the summer to have it smooth for the start of the school year. So that's just a quick brief on what's going on in food service.
Thank you. Mr. Mann, Operations and Transportation.
Evening, everyone. So the first on my list is the summer student workers. You heard Chief Jones mention them. I'd like to thank the board for allowing me to have the 8 young gentlemen I had this year. They were a definite asset. I don't think there was a Friday update that didn't go by that they were mentioned. They helped probably every one of the administrators here, from delivering books for Mr. Pine. They painted rooms like for Chief Jones and Mr. Snyderite. They weeded gardens. I don't think there is a building or anything that they didn't do this summer. Again, I'd like to thank the board for allowing me to have those 8 boys. I wish the seniors, we have 2 seniors going off to college, one going into the Marines, and we have another one that's actually taking the Northern Lehigh path. He started off as a student. He worked as a summer worker for 3 years, and he has now accepted a position on second shift in maintenance. So that's another pathway, like Mr. Link had said. We're hoping he can be an asset in that form with us. The high school floors. Yes, on the right-hand side there, you can see a picture of one of the classrooms. I think Mr. Link and the high school can agree with me. The pictures give it no justice. You have to go up and see it. It's a big change. I think they look great. Maintenance-wise, I know my custodial staff is going to enjoy it. There's no more stripping or waxing of floors. So over the summer, they can concentrate on other areas. Plus, it's going to have a savings of, in my department then, with not having to purchase stripper every summer and wax. The next is the research for the Geo Alert. Mr. Wanamaker and myself, we did some research with the Geo Alert. That's the software that parents can have to notify them when their elementary student is close to their bus stop. We had a lot of overages in the busing department due to just missed buses. So we feel that with this 1-year trial, we're going to see if we make a savings using this on time and less kids being missed spots. If not, again, it's only a 1-year contract. If we don't see that it benefits us the way we want it to, we don't have to go with it the next year. Next one, power washing. We had a contractor come in and power wash the main campus buildings. So we had the high school, the middle school, and Slatington Elementary power washed over the summer. Again, I think everything looks a little sharper. They also did some sidewalks for us, and I think that's about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Rush Wallace, Athletics and Student Activities.
All right, good evening. We have a new Director of Athletics and Student Activities. Thank you, that's me. But no, in all seriousness, I want to thank the board for their approval, and then also for affording me the opportunity to shadow Mr. Geis before his retirement. So I'm very appreciative for that. Thank you. We were also able to hire a new Assistant Athletic Director with Mr. Tout stepping down. Mr. Jason Reinhardt will fill that position for the 25-26 school year. Baseball and softball fields, hopefully we're on the cusp of getting those permits closed out, waiting for Lehigh County to come and give us the green light that they were ours. I know that not only our teams, but NLYAA are also very eager to get on them. And then for baseball and softball, we will have all 3 levels, so they will be getting a lot of use in the spring. There was a lot of interest with intramural volleyball at the middle school level. We now are going to be able to offer it at the high school level as well. So we're excited for that in the spring. We have an advisor in place for that. It was an unfilled advisor spot already open, so it won't need additional money there. Girls wrestling will be able to field a varsity team this year. They've had 10 in attendance over the summer with just open gyms. So I think that's very promising without even school being in session yet. Middle school girls and boys soccer has now transitioned from being a spring co-ed sport to now a fall sport. So it will also be running at the same time as our JV and varsity. So it'll be a little tricky trying to maneuver 6 teams in 2 facilities, but we will make it happen. We'll be utilizing a lot of the middle school field for a lot of our junior high games. And then lastly, I wanted to touch on the Bulldog statue. As you can see in the picture on the top left, the ground has been tilled up and prepped there for the gravel. Gravel has also been laid by a very generous donor who wishes to remain anonymous. And phase 3 will be laying the cement slabs around that. And our football players have taken ownership in that and helped with the process of tilling up the ground and laying gravel and everything. So that's it for athletics and activities.
Thank you. We'll transition into each of our schools. So Mr. Schneiderite will give us an update on Peters.
Thank you, Dr. Stoker. Good evening, everyone, both to the board and the school community. It was a very busy summer, as you've seen throughout the district. We spent a lot of time hiring. As Dr. Link mentioned, today was the first day of induction for our newest teachers. There were 4 teachers there for Peters Elementary School, engaged in the hiring of support staff, as well as our new assistant elementary school principal, who will be on the board agenda for this evening. On top of that, engaged in writing the 2025-2026 Title I school-wide plan that we presented to the board at this past Monday's Education Committee meeting. So obviously that's the end of a long, year-long process that culminates with the writing of a new plan with our new goals looking ahead to this school year. Peters Elementary School this summer hosted for the first time in a while the Bulldog Blast program, which is run by the Northern Lehigh Recreation Authority. So, just a week or so into the summer, they were pretty much there until last week. And they got a chance to use our facilities. I got a chance to walk around and see a lot of current and former Peters pups smiling and engaging in those activities. So it was great to sort of, again, continue that relationship, but also back at Peters Elementary School this summer. Just this past week, we ran the 25-26 KinderQuest program. I'll call it the second annual KinderQuest program. I'll be looking forward to presenting sort of the entire program in a lot more depth at the next Education Committee next month. I'm currently working to gather information from the parents to gather some data to see how successful it was. But I believe we will all be very happy with the results, because obviously the goal of the program is to help ease that transition into school, not just for the students, but also for the parents of first-time students of school age that are coming into school. And again, I did a presentation for those parents, and we welcomed in 69 student participants. I'm sure Mr. Briner will tell you what his son thought as an incoming kindergartner. So again, I look forward to presenting that to the board for a brief presentation at next month's committee meetings. And finally, the summer, it's full of reflection, and then taking a breath, and then let's move ahead. So we did so much planning for this upcoming school year, including schedules, class lists, handbooks, professional development, which we are about to basically culminate as we welcome back the full teaching staff and support staff next week for our professional development. And then we will see the full planning come to fruition at the end there. Obviously, as everyone's thanking their staff, Miss Sipe is an amazing administrative secretary, and she just puts all those POs so that the business office has something to approve, and we just worked so hard to do that planning behind the scenes with me. So thank you to Jana, Autumn Fink, our office secretary, who does work so well with Jana, who's in many times copying our Eureka math program and getting things ready for there. So again, so many things that I didn't say that are the little things that certainly don't go unnoticed by the administration. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Mr. Briner, Slatington?
After you. Thanks, Mr. What a guy. Good evening, everyone. So I'm going to be covering what happened over the summer at Slatington Elementary, and a lot of the things you're going to hear are going to be repetitive because as you know, we work as a team, and we work as a team in a lot of different things. But I think the biggest thing that I probably was involved in this summer was hiring. I feel like I was sitting in interviews more days than I can count. But that's also one of the most important things that we do is bring the best and brightest to the Northern Lehigh School District. So the first 3 bullets up there, you can see, one of the big things that we did this summer is open up a new emotional support classroom. We're still in the process of getting things together, but we hired new staff, and we're getting that moving in the right direction. We hired a 3rd grade and a 5th grade learning support teacher and additional paraprofessionals and replacement paraprofessionals. I participated in the selection of an elementary principal who hopefully will be approved tonight, is on the agenda and is sitting in the audience tonight. Summer is a big time where we put together our school-wide Title I plan. So a good bit of time where I wasn't interviewing, I spent in front of a computer trying to pull data and put data together into the plan. I was able to attend some professional development sessions, all on AI, career pathways, and leadership development. I want to shout out again, speaking of the team, Chief Jones mentioned earlier that he moved his office, and he kind of made it sound like I made him move his office, but that is not true at all. Actually, I was planning around Chief Jones, and he came to me with the idea of, hey, I think my office is a pretty big space and could be better utilized somewhere else. So thank you, Chief, for doing that. And thank you to Mr. Mann and his staff, as well as the summer work students. They did a lot of painting at Slatington Elementary. And when I say a lot, and really quick. I couldn't believe how fast they were moving. And so every time I went to see them, I said, hey, you want to paint this too? Do you want to paint that? So no, they did a great job. I also want to say thank you to Mrs. Belts, Mrs. Karen Belts, and Mrs. Amber Wanamaker, my administrative assistant and our office assistant, who in that last bullet, I couldn't even tell you the amount of work that they did over the summer, preparing scheduling, working, helping with communication, all the different building shifts that we have going on, and coordinating all that, and just getting ready for the start of the school year. I always say that next week is my least favorite and most favorite week of the year, because it's the least favorite. It's the end of the summer, boo-hoo, but it's the most favorite because it's an exciting new start with staff and getting ready for our students. So with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Hauser at the middle school.
Nothing at the middle school. No. Like everyone else, we were very busy over the summer. We did bring in several new faculty members, including hiring for mathematics, music, looking to get a choir program in a resurgence, as we are with all of our music programs at the secondary level particularly. And as was said earlier, we did add a life skills classroom, and we also filled our Spanish and ESL position pending approval this evening. The most significant purchase at the middle school is that of new furniture. We did not purchase new furniture for every single classroom. We did have some classrooms that had some newer things in it that was still in good condition that we could definitely use. But some of the older desks that required numerous repairs over the years were surplus. And we did have new furniture come in. The tables that we're getting allow for flexible seating, grouping. For the math department, we got the white top tables that you can do the math work right at your workspace, which is nice. The chairs are in, the tables are arriving this week. So if you're looking for something to do, grab a screwdriver and come join us at the middle school. We'll be assembling tables the rest of the week. We did have a lot of professional development planning for the upcoming in-service week, scheduled development of course, and Mr. Williams and I have been kind of neck deep in looking at our comprehensive plan and strategizing how we intend to meet those goals and plan to meet those goals. We renewed several partnerships, including with the Crime Victims Council, the Lehigh Valley, to provide some extra education for our students. Our Student Assistance Program liaison, the Center for Humanistic Change, that partnership is up for renewal tonight. And we also renewed our partnership with CFES Brilliant Pathways. At the end of June, I submitted our School of Distinction portfolio. I'm still awaiting to hear if we will three-peat as a School of Distinction, but the person who evaluates it did tell me we are a model school for middle-level college and career readiness. So I think that's a good sign, but the official email is still forthcoming. Mr. Williams has been working on updating several systems and kind of making some much needed innovations in our building, including moving to SmartPass and updating our attendance procedures. And then he has been developing some behavior tracking systems and supports. Academically, we do have an ELA curriculum, the Amplify curriculum, that is getting a fresh start with our ELA department. So I've been working on really jumping into that so I can help guide teachers as the year starts. We had our summer faculty meeting today. I do an optional summer faculty meeting for teachers, and we had probably about 10 people come in just brainstorming ways to get the year started very smoothly. We'll have our 7th grade and new student orientation a week from tonight at the middle school, 6 p.m. Next Monday, and that'll include a presentation from myself and Mr. Williams, and then also a tour of the building. And one more thing, we're very excited to get our school store to its next level of innovation. A few years ago, Mr. Weber opened up a school store as part of our essential skills class, and it was a little cubby in the wall, and he did a very nice job. And then when Mrs. Jones took over the class, we gave her kind of half of a room in near the cafeteria to take it to the next level, and now we have a full room in the cafeteria to go even further than that. So you saw some pictures earlier of some of our summer workers doing some painting and assembly and things to level up our school store. And that is all I have. I'll turn things over to Dr. Bobby.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hauser. Good evening, everybody. Good to see you as always. So the high school has been a busy place. I feel like Mr. Mann is our best friend. He's over there checking in on us all the time. So I want to thank him and his crew. They've been amazing this summer. So I had the privilege and honor of being I was asked to go to a Renaissance conference in San Diego, and Jostens is a partner with us. They partner with us for graduation, caps, gowns, class rings, all of those things. But a part aside of them that you don't know is what's known as Renaissance, and it's probably even more well known across the country and beyond. And it really has to do with school climate and school culture, because that's where everything starts. So I had the privilege of going out there. They paid for me to go out there, and in 28 years it was the best professional development learning experience I've ever had as a teacher, as an administrator. And so much of what I was talking to Dr. Stoker, sessions were till 10 o'clock at night. If you wanted to go to something, they had it. And I was exhausted when I got back, but it was the best learning ever. So a lot of what you see up here is the direction we were going in anyway, as far as school climate, school culture, because if you don't have that as your foundation, your academic achievement will never be where it is supposed to be. So we really believe, and we've been working on that the past couple years at the high school, but we're just going to continue to build on what we've already started there. So part of that, also you see school-wide positive behavior support revamp up there. Most districts in the nation have a school-wide program. Ours, at a high school level, it's a little bit different. You're not giving out tickets, you're not giving out paws, you're not doing that, but you are working really hard to recognize the really great things that your kids are doing every day. When our team, and we have an IU person that comes in and really takes a look at our school-wide program, they looked at it and we weren't as good as we needed to be, because kids didn't even know really, well, I'm not really sure what our expectations are here. So we did a lot of work in the spring with our kids and our staff. What does it mean to be a bulldog? What does it mean? And really, the theme that came out from, I think, 398 responses was, we want to be respectful, we want to own our actions, we want to lead with integrity, and we want to demonstrate excellence in everything we do. Be bold. Seemed pretty easy. So that's going to be our acronym, and kids already know we're kind of rolling this out. We're going to all be standing outside the first day of school welcoming them, kind of different than we have any year before. They're going to think something's up, like, why is everybody saying hi to me this morning outside? But we want them to know how blessed we are to have them walk in our school building every day. So that's what that Be Bold is all about. You're going to hear more about that. You're going to see some major, hopefully, aesthetic changes around the building, just sprucing the place up a little bit. And as I said to Mr. Mann and his crew, they've really been helping us to do that this summer as well. You know, as I think the principals mentioned, we reflect on a lot of what we did throughout the year because we have some time to breathe and do that in the summer. We have some very minor revisions of our lunch and learn, you know, procedures and things we want to do a little bit differently. Not really even differently, but building on the success that we had last year. And I want to thank the board again for your extreme support in all of that. Because really, I think we're becoming a model high school throughout the area. And, you know, we have the privilege of presenting at the EdCom Summit later this week, where other schools can see what we're all about and what's happening there. So we're pretty proud of that. So we're doing some, as Mr. Hauser said, you know, Mr. Williams has been integral in, you know, a lot of our management procedures. I love the word he said, innovation. Mr. Williams has really brought a different lens to a lot of the things we do that we can do better and more efficiently. We're especially looking at our cell phones because you know how distracting they can be for kids. So we're really trying to streamline that. The discipline, Smart Pass, it's very similar to the electronic pass we had before, but it's more fiscally, it's a better, you know, better option for us. It's cheaper, but it brings with it even more things than we had with our previous ones. So we're excited about that. We both attended various professional development sessions. That's really what we've been working on a lot this summer is what are we going to do and provide for our staff to make them the best possible instructors for the kids that come in front of them every day, because that's our job. So we're really relying on a lot of the expertise within our building because a lot of times we have the experts right in front of us. It's just giving them the opportunity to share and learn from each other, and that's what we started to build at the high school this year, where, you know, teachers are able to pick the sessions that are going to make them the best educator they can be. So we're excited about continuing that. Our new flooring, as you saw, Mr. Mann, looks great up on that second floor, and we're just so thankful for all of that, and our teachers and our kids are going to be like, whoa, this is amazing. And then, you know, Mr. Williams has done a lot of work with our kids with the Parking Space Senior Unity Project. You'll see everything that we're doing, and that's the reason I picked that picture on the bottom left is, you know, we're a family over there, and everything we're doing, you know, we do for each other. We do it to make each other better, and, you know, they have this amazing sense of pride that I've never seen in a high school before, and I've been around a little bit. So, so this is just an example of something that they want to do as seniors, and we're really excited for the board support as well. I do want to thank our administrative assistants for all their hard work this summer, and again for our Dr. Link, Dr. Stoker, my colleagues of course, and the school board for your unending support. We're so thankful, so thank you.
That's our presentation for this evening. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
Excellent program. Thank you very much for putting it on and sharing with us tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot of information that you don't see, but it was great hearing every single part of it. So thank you.
Great, thank you.
Anyone else? Comment? Yeah, I agree. Thank you for doing that. I know a lot of those things were in the pipeline. I didn't know they were done. For example, the EF tour, I didn't realize that had taken place. I knew we were planning it, but so thank you all at all levels for doing that. Appreciate it. Okay, you're all through them, Dr. Stoker?
Yes, I am.
That's it?
Thank you.
Okay. Mrs. Balatoris?
Nah, no update because we're 6 weeks without a state budget. So hopefully something will move soon, but nothing in the works right now.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Link?
And I integrated my superintendent's report into the entire administrative report this evening. But I would, again, like to thank the administration for putting that together. It certainly highlights, that's not even all the work that happened this summer. That is some of the work that happens this summer. And thank you for the efforts that you put into that. And congratulations on the job. Well done. Mr. Green, that concludes my report, but knowing that we are through the summer happenings report, now may be a good time to look to Mrs. Frank to see if she wants to, I believe your note was beginning of the school year was your topic. Are you okay if she goes now, sir?
I said she could have the floor whenever. Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Thank you very much for your presentation.
Excellent.
So I was here. That's what every student wants to feel, that they matter, that their story meant something. Real learning happens when students see purpose in what they're doing. But that only happens when the systems around them, central office, the board, the teachers, families, and the community work in sync. Think back to when you were in school. You likely don't remember your test scores. You remember a teacher who saw you, a lesson that made you feel alive, a moment that told you you mattered. What you remember is a story that lingers, written by the culture and climate of the school and how it made you feel. These moments don't happen by accident. They happen in schools where communication is clear, consistent, and transparent, where policies and priorities are shaped with input from all voices. When students and educators aren't part of the conversation or miss out on opportunities to communicate with those in charge of the decision-making, we lose what makes schools meaningful. Learning is more than metrics. It's about building stories that spark identity and purpose. But when communication breaks down, so does the spark, and stories suffer. So as we move into a new school year, we must ask, are we listening to the voices that matter most? Are we building a legacy rooted in connection or compliance? And what kinds of stories are we writing together? Schooling only works when we lead with transparency, trust, and shared purpose. Let's make this year one where every student, every teacher, and every community member feels seen and heard. Happy school year. Go Dogs.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that was the only, Mrs. Frank was the only person that signed up to speak this evening.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome.
We did have an executive session at 6:15. It was legal and personnel items. Those are the two things that we pretty much discussed. Okay. Anything else from the administration anywhere? You're all good?
That's
Thank you. So we'll move into personnel. And I kidded earlier. I said we tried one big agenda item and didn't quite go that well. So there's a couple changes. First of all, item C3 should be removed from the agenda. So pull C3. There's a couple dates that are wrong in items D1, D3, and I think B8. They should say August 19th, at least 1920 or 2025 rather than 2024. So that would need to be updated. I think I covered all of those. I would also, if there be no objections, ask that item J5 be divided from the question and voted on separately. So, having said that, is there a motion to approve the personnel items?
So moved.
Motion, is there a second? Thank you. Okay, a lot of people there, a lot of names, questions or discussion anywhere? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no.
No to the softball head and assistant coaches.
That was softball. Okay. You're
Yes.
okay on everything else?
Yes, I am.
Thank you very much. Okay, any other comments?
Do we have to, there's not a name for number 4?
Sorry?
It was updated on the online version, and that name is, for number 4, is Bart Franta. So that was updated on the online version that went out. Mr. Bart Franta.
Okay, are there any comments, questions? We do have a motion and a second. So all those, well, we did vote on it already. I'm sorry, I apologize. We did vote. So I guess I need to say the motion is approved, so that's where we are.
We gotta vote on.
Yes, and then we're going to go back to item J5. Is there a motion to approve item J5?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Are there any other votes?
Abstention, please.
Abstentions? Reason, Mr. Kadocha?
Family.
Family. Thank you very much. So that motion is approved. And now we'll go to page whatever, way back.
And Mr. Green, if I may, I would like to acknowledge and welcome our new elementary assistant principal, Mr. Nicholas, or Nick Krajik, is with us this morning. Nick, congratulations. Welcome to Northern Lehigh School District. We are so excited to have you join not only our leadership team, but also to be deeply involved at Peters and Slatington Elementary School. So again, congratulations and welcome.
Thank you, Dr.
Any comments here?
I just want to thank the board for the opportunity. I'm incredibly excited to be here. Everybody that I've met throughout the hiring process has been incredibly welcoming and has such incredible things to say about Northern Lehigh School District. So I'm honored to join the team. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, unless I'm incorrect, we're going to page 10, policy at this point in time. Did I miss anything? No? Thank you for keeping me in line. I appreciate that. So is there a motion to approve the policy items, please?
So moved.
Second. A motion and a second. Thank you. Discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And so ordered. We're going to move to curriculum instruction, and if you go to, what is page 12? No,
Conference circuit.
Oh, yes, down the bottom. I'm sorry, I apologize. Conferences, we have a couple of conferences, or a motion to approve the conferences.
So moved.
Second. Is that Donna?
Yes.
Thank you. Any question on the conferences? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. And so ordered. Now we're going to do curriculum and instruction. And on the second page, on the helpers there's one that says TBD, to be determined. It has not been determined yet, so it's my understanding that that is to be pulled from the agenda. Everything else, item A through K, will remain intact. So is there a motion to approve curriculum and instruction?
So, second.
Whoop. I don't, who?
Natalie, me, and
Got the motion, okay. Any questions on curriculum and instruction? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And so ordered. I have no old business. Any old business, anyone? No? A couple of new business items there. Items A through D, is there a motion to approve the new business items?
So moved.
Thank you, Gary. Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And so ordered. Financial, we have a whole bunch of financial items. I think back to page 15, JK 11 to O. Is there a motion to approve the financial items?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Questions on the financial items? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And so ordered. I have nothing under legal. Any correspondence? Anyone? Dave? No, any correspondence? All for you? No, thank you. Information, you have the motion of a couple of meetings there. Guests, we had your input. I don't know anyone else has signed up, so I don't see anyone jumping up and down, so we'll move past that. And we'll move to adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. And we're done here. Thank you all.
Thank you.